Hello, welcome to this channel. If this title of the video resonates with you at all, this could be your reading. This is a channel message. We're just gonna jump right in. So, right now, I want to just check in, make sure everyone's doing good emotionally, because there seems to be a lot of lingering energies, past emotions that are maybe surfacing at this time for you. Um, it could be like past hurt, things from your childhood, um, just emotional things that could be resurfacing at this time. Because we're officially now in a new year. The spring equinox has already ended. We just had the spring equinox yesterday. And so we're officially in the year of the fire horse and of the age of Aquarius. So there's a lot of transitioning going on. So you might feel a little more emotional or a little more in your feelings. And that's perfectly normal because you're going to be purging. I will ask you to keep in mind what you're exposing yourself to. Try not to watch too many things that are depressing, like any depressing headlines or news, or movies. Try to watch things that are more positive and grounding, because you might be going through your own emotional purging at this time anyway, so you don't want to add on to stuff. And also, people that are around you, if there's, people in your friend group or family that are pretty negative, or they just never happy, maybe limit the access they have to you at this time, because for you to be able to ascend, you have to let go a lot of these past energies, and it usually happens to be the emotional state, the emotional body. The emotional body can be very heavy with old emotions, with old feelings from the past, heartbreak, insecurities, fears, and as well as current fears. Now you could be having fears of your stability, fears of like trying to, you want to get in out of, recover for your finances. Also fears of maybe, friend groups or people that you felt like betrayed you in a way. But I feel like you're coming out of that mental prison where you're kind of letting those things get to you, and you want to focus on your long-term success. I feel a lot of that energy. But I just want to let you know that that's perfectly normal to have little extra feelings. I will repeat to go out in nature. If you can, go for walks when you're feeling a little bit more anxious and anxiety or anything. Journal, trap those emotions down on paper. Listen to music. You can listen to meditations with different frequencies. Those help. They have a ton on YouTube. Learn about your chakra system, because you could kind of tell on your own, like what, once you learn more about your chakras in your body and what they represent, you could kind of figure out where these emotions are coming from. That way you can identify like where you had the most issues with. What else? Because where you're going, you can't take all that baggage with you. For the new life that you're about to have, the new connections, the new friends, the new even soul family that you're about to have, you can't bring that old with you. So right now you could be going through a shedding process, like literally layers and layers are gonna fall away, because all those years you were conformed with other people's wants and needs, especially for people that work in the service industry, customer service, waiting, daycare workers, nurses, nannies, chefs, like all of you guys that work where your personal needs are put on the hold because you're catering to someone else's wants and desires. That has to be shedded in an aspect, and some people it's more severe. Some people, know how to separate themselves from what they were doing, but there's some people that just genuinely giving people, and naturally kind of got taken advantage of. So just take it how it resonates. But if you're feeling extra sensitive at this time, just know that it's normal. There's nothing wrong with you. These things need to purge. Like for my instance, I had a dream last night about an ex from about how many years ago? 10 years ago. I had a dream about this person, and there was some trauma with that relationship. It was not a healthy relationship, but he showed up in my dream last night. And yesterday I was kind of like a little feeling like, oh, what is this? Something coming up, right? And I felt like there was some residual resentment or something that I didn't fully clear out that was there. And I also would ask you, when you rise up in the morning, I want you to call back your energy. I want you to call back your energy. I want you to look in the mirror and say your name 4 times. This is an old Lakota traditional way of calling back yourself, right? Because sometimes with emotions, you're being part of you get lost, right? Because you have your emotional body, your spiritual body, your physical body, right? You have all these bodies, and sometimes you lose them in certain heightened situations. So it's good sometimes when you're feeling like, you know, I don't know what's going on. Just look in the mirror and call your name 4 times. Just say whatever your name is 4 times, and then say, I call all my power back from all the realms, from any realms, dimensions, and timelines where I may left it. I return it and reclaim it. So that could be some very useful technique. You could do in the mirror in the morning just to start your day, because sometimes you leave your essences with different, people. Just, it's like I said, everyone's gonna have to feel their way through their spirituality. I'm just giving you words, things to dig and look. You can research calling your power back. That might be something you should look into. Because that is another step of like you're shedding and you're reclaiming what you lost. You can lose your power from connections from people. You can lose your power from family members. There's so many ways to lose your power. So if you start your day and you look in the mirror and you call it back and reclaim it, and you can also say, I reclaim it from wherever I may left it, known and unknown. And it's the energies return to me transmuted in positivity. So there's some things you want to start researching at this time that can help you energetically to even step into your gifts even more, and kind of it's almost like getting there quicker, because you're going to be going through this little shedding process. You're going to be going through this purging process. I want you to be able to call that power back to help you reclaim all the energies that you have lost. It's just very important. So maybe research that, look that up, because I feel like that's something that you might be going through at this time. Okay, so with that being said, I'm just going to pull a few cards and see what's going on. But I was feeling like there's a lot of residual energy being purged at this time. And honestly, it makes sense. We're in a new year. That old year is gone. So all those old emotions and feelings and perceptions need to stay in that old year. You can't carry that to where you're going now, because you're going to be moving fast through this year. So you need to be almost weightless in a way. And that's why I want you to call your power back and just really see what you're feeling and identify, where these feelings coming from. Give them validation, right? Validate these emotions so they won't pester you anymore. That just helps, because if like you don't validate them, you ignore them, they're just gonna linger. So you just address them and tell them, like, you know what, that's a valid fear, but it's not true, right? Everyone has to remember the universe is abundant. Just think about how many cars on the road, how many parts it makes to make a car, how many people have cars. I live in Los Angeles, so people, unless you can hear the cars in the background, there's so many cars out here. And I think about like just this, for instance, like the years, how many years people have had cars, right? An amount of people, and people get new cars every year. So there is abundance. The universe is abundant, so don't be tricking yourself out of the abundance by having these heavy emotions that are not true, or these negative mind perceptions that are not true. Just keep in mind that that's a fun fact. Oops. So this is what we don't see at the time. At this time, you don't see a celebration. Okay, we have 3 of Cups. There's a celebration coming, emotional celebration. 3 of Cups is like water, and it could be friendships. It says a celebration, a wedding, a graduation, a birth announcement, the need to have more fun. And this could be too, like, concerning what to help you get through those emotions. For instance, like I was feeling heavy yesterday, and I just went to the park with my son, and I brought my guitar, and while he's playing on the playground, I was just playing the guitar, and you know what? The little kids were so sweet. They're like, "You play so good. You're very talented." So they were really making me feel good, and and that, I mean, that's just a little celebration I had yesterday. But Spirit wants you to just go have fun, you know, like do the little things. It doesn't have to cost money. Like whatever you're interested in, just go do that. Just go have fun. Just have a day to yourself and plan like your own little date. I mean, and for some people, it could be a connection that you're be experiencing, or partnership. It could be love too, but I really feeling this is you connecting with yourself and being more playful. I don't really, this particular reading, I feel like this is you connecting with yourself, but take it how it resonates, because the need to have more fun. Because I was feeling the energy, it's just like so many emotions are going on that you need to be reminded of what feels good. Because sometimes we have, when, especially in this time where we're having past residual emotions, it's good to go do things that make you feel good, because they remind you of all the good emotions that you have yet to experience, or will experience, or have experienced. So that's one card. It could be someone coming into your life, some more like-minded people. I mean, you are entering a new chapter of your life, so you could be having more like-minded people come in. Take it how it resonates. Let's see what else is going on. Ooh, okay. And this came out again. And it's the same card from the last reading. Protecting what you have and don't give up. And always, I mean, I guess, you know what? I'm going to be honest. You guys have to be in protective mode right now. Not to be real, not to be swords up, y'all. I'm sorry, you guys are empath. You can't be having your energy with, we have 9 of Wands, 9 of Fire. I'm sorry, this is like the Wands card. So it's all about, you know, you've been defending yourself for so long, or, you know, like having the will to go on. And it's don't give up, protect what you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. So this came up in the last reading I did. So stick to that. You're going to have your guns out. I'm sorry. Like, there's no, you, like, go have fun. And maybe there's someone, like-minded people coming your way, but you be discerning. That can be discerning who these people are. Don't be just, you really feel them out. And that's your homework. You use your feelers. Your feelers are power. Don't let nobody tell you nothing about your feelings. No, feelings are real. Feelings are powerful. So Spirit's saying, keep your wands in your hand. You have the passion, desire. Just be very discerning of who you give it out to. And like I said again, if people don't feel good, don't have them around so much. I mean, I know some of them are your family members, because I literally have family members I don't talk to. That's where I'm at in my life. Like, I have soul family that I talk to. I have genetic family that I don't have nothing to do with, because I didn't get to pick them. They're assigned to me for a reason, for my growth. So that's a whole nother journey. Maybe we'll talk about that another time. But let's see what else. Oh, this was quick. We have 2 cards. We'll just read it. So you're going to really have to let go of your ego, because there's a false sense of entrapment. Believing being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts, that's what came up. This came out in the reverse, by the way, so this is something that you need to let go. And that's what I was feeling earlier. It's just like a lot of past emotions, and it could be past experiences of how things worked out. It's not the easiest thing to deal with, those past feelings, because sometimes they feel so real, but just let them know that is not your eternity. That's not forever. That was just, you experienced that back then, but that doesn't mean you're going to experience it this year or next month or this week. So Spirit is saying, really check that false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things or negative or fear-based thoughts. And that's just ego driven. That's not actual who you are. That's just a mask. As you can see, the guy has a mask on. That's not you. You're not that person. You're not scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't let that crumble who you are, because I'm talking to some people right now that have this, like I said, David Bowie-esque energy. They have so many creative talents, and just them being, just you being you is enough. So just don't let that fear, and I know we all got our own things. I'm not trying to, I'm just want you to really realign those feelings and know that the universe is abundant and it's gonna say yes to whatever you feel and think. So if you're like, oh, everything's so hard, I don't think I'm gonna get that what I want, how that's gonna happen for me. There's so many people that want to do exactly what I want to do. If you have that mentality, the universe is gonna tell you yes. They're gonna say, oh, you feel that way and you're saying that. So just be careful what you say and feel at the same time. Like, let that ego know that you're not in charge. Yes, the ego's there to protect you from danger, but living your life shouldn't be dangerous every day. Like, that's you taking a chance on yourself and do what you really want to do. It's not dangerous. And then this came out as well with the ego card, and this is 8 of Earth. So this is about craft and your work, making the Earth is the pinnacle in this deck. So it's just working with the Earth, material things. And it says skilled work is rewarded, learning all there is to know about a topic, going back to school. And this could be just learning about yourself at this time, to be honest. This could just be learning about yourself, like learning about your emotions, going to school on the internet. You don't have to spend money to learn. You can get up there and Google and YouTube your degree, your self-knowledge and degree online for free. So don't feel like you got to go spend some money on a course. Use your intuition, especially when it comes to self-work. You know what you've been through. You know what you need to do. You just need to sit down. You need to sit down with yourself and listen to yourself. You need to kind of tune out all those distractions for a little time a day. Each day, have a little time for yourself to learn yourself. So that's what I'm getting from that. So it's basically the beginning of a good thing. Like Spirit says, this, to me, I'm gonna take it like this. This is celebration of where you at now. You are coming into knowing yourself, who you are, your gifts, your talents. And then for some, yes, you could be having a partnership or a connection, or maybe you go on a wedding, or maybe, no, you're graduating. This says wedding or graduation. I said you're graduating to the next level of your being. And just keep protecting yourself energetically. Call your power back. Do some research on that. Write your own call your power back prayer. How about that? Do it yourself. Like, I want to inspire people to know that they have their own spiritual gifts and powers, and they don't have to rely on someone else's. Use your intuition. Figure out what works for good, what works with you. Don't be so conformed about rigid religions. Just do what you want. Let that ego fall away. The ego is that mask. That mask that you show the world, let it crumble, because that's what you're going through now. Those residual emotions could be, that's what it is. It's just the ego dying. And then learning about yourself. Learning about you. What makes you happy, learning about, you're the topic. It says, learning all there is to know about a topic. I think you are this topic. So I'm gonna pull from one more deck and that's it. So we're just gonna get some clarity to what we just talked about. I'm just gonna get a couple of cards from this deck. All right, maybe not. I don't force it. Like if there's no messages that come out, there's no messages. So there's nothing for here. All right, so there was no life clarifying situation card to come out. I do not force my readings. If nothing comes out, nothing comes out. So I did grab my Starseed deck. Since we had the Empath Starseed come out, I feel like this might be a deck I will use for you guys. Let's just see if there's any messages to come out for this. All right, so there's nothing. So let's just say that we're gonna just leave it at that. That is your message for today. That's all Spirit has to say. You have to do some work. There's some work that you need to do. And right now, you need to clear a lot of that old residual emotions out. And if you're just finding this reading now, this is your first reading, you might want to watch my first video that I've done because it could tie into this reading. So that's where we're at, guys. Right now, we're just purging. I will be in touch. I will check in. All right, bye.